And we're live. Thanks for joining us on Grabs TV and The Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. As you can see in the side over here, we might have a little bit of extra something here. Bear with me just a minute. Let's see here. How's everybody doing tonight? We got 4 viewers already. Glad to see you. Glad to have everybody in here. Looky what we got. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. And of course we got Bronson Reed and Seth freaking Rollins working up tonight here. Seth Rollins making his way. Let's see what we got. And everybody's probably heard by now, Jason Alexander decided that, maybe the Indies weren't good for him anymore. So there's some news I've got to kick off while everybody's walking in the building. Oh, look, it's Sheamus. Wow. Alrighty, Sheamus in the house. I'm guessing we're going to see Big Braun Breaker coming right after this one. Let's see what we got here. Yep, there he is, Big Braun Breaker. They're, of course, talking about the Intercontinental Championship. For some odd reason, and I don't know what this is, but I got this high on my list of things to talk about tonight. I got a feeling Sheamus is going over, and we've got an opening segment going on right now. Liv Morgan making her way with, yeah, there she is. And Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are making their way to the ring right now. Liv not missing a moment to show off that crown jewel ring that she pulled off down there at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. All right, we're doing a recap from last week's Monday Night Raw. We got 6 people in the house already. Thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we've had a pretty fun weekend so far here, and it looks like we are getting ready to be streaming these live watch-alongs all through the week. We've got NXT tomorrow night. We've got AEW Dynamite on Wednesday and Friday. We know we've got SmackDown and Rampage. Saturday for Full Gear, we are going to do the watch along for the Collision that precedes it, because it's generally how Tony books it to begin with. We're going to be doing the watch along for Collision. Then we are going to take that one right there, and we're going to black it out for the pay-per-view, because that actually requires an effort on that. But for right now, we're showing it off just a little bit so people can get a general idea of what we're watching while we're watching it. Let's see how this goes tonight. Hopefully I stay online. Who knows? And Liv Morgan, of course, reminding us she is the greatest women's world champion of all time. Let's see where we're at here. See if anything's breaking here at the moment. All right, so the draft just really doesn't mean anything anymore. I'm just saying. Yeah, here comes Nia Jax and Tippy time. And apparently Candice LeRae has joined the fray, and I was a poet and didn't know it. And we've got 9 viewers. Let's see if we can get it up to about, I don't know. Can we get to 20 before the end of the first hour? That would be a good number for me tonight. I would graciously appreciate that. Of course, we got the chat window going over here. You know, we got the chat window not going there. We got the chat window going right over there. And, yeah, we're in for the night here. Not 100% sure how this entire segment's going to go, but well, I'll tell you how this is looking here. It looks like they're building up for the Survivor Series going on here in a little bit. So, yeah, it looks like we're getting a build-up to the Women's Survivor Series here. Wow, I guess they're going to burn this one out in about, what, 2 weeks? So my guess is we're looking at the Women's Survivor Series teams here. We've got Io Sky here. I'm just kind of wondering if Kairi Sane is not going to be part of the mix here as well, since right now we're 5-on-4. Well, 4.5-on-4. I would say 4.5-on-4. And Liv Morgan just reminding us that she's really, 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 really smart. And there we go. That's where Rhea Ripley shows up. Well, I guess we just made it pretty simple here. War Games! Hurrah! So, yep, now all hell's breaking loose here, obviously, as you can clearly see. This is definitely a real true watch-along, I'm guessing. Let's see here. But, of course, we all know that Monday Night Raw was taped and a whole bunch of spoilers were dropped. I knew that Rhea Ripley was coming back. And with the face mask on, so to speak, let's see what we got here. And we're still looking at 7 viewers. The night's young. We're getting started. Let's see how all this plays out. Just a reminder now that after Raw, you're going to want to check out at the Covalent TV. They're going to bring you facts, data, statistics, and a little bit of drone accountability as they hold one dumbass accountable apiece. And then they're going to bring you a review worth reviewing. That's just pretty much it. They got the look, they got the feel, they got the time, more especially. And, of course, this stream is brought to you by Cosmic Snacks and Freshen Up Energy. When you want to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. And when you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. So bear with me here just 1 second. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of worried about. I'm working two cameras So we're trying to see what we're actually going to get out of this. We're not 100% sure. So far, the numbers aren't numbering, but we're working on it. So, and I'm totally fine with that as well. So we're getting a recap, obviously, from SmackDown on Friday. SmackDown did 1.25. Actually, they were down 300,000. So apparently, this was not the needle mover they were looking for. But you know, hey, we'll maybe next week will be better. Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, you know, you've got all this excess stuff going on in the background while they're really trying to get War Games set up for Survivor Series. Kind of like they just figured out they needed it or something. I don't know. You tell me. Tell me in the comments. See what you think about it. And we've got a few of these things posted up already here. We're looking at 9 viewers. Hey, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Let me go ahead and check the news while we're getting all the recaps. All right, Jackson Drake has been ID'd by WWE. He's from pretty close to my hometown. He's originally from Greensboro, North Carolina. A lot of good wrestlers coming out of the Piedmont Triad area there. Just a reminder, we're going to be at WrestleCade at the end of the month. That's going to be the 29th, the 30th, and December 1st. I would not look for a stream out of me that weekend. It's possible it could happen, but I'm not 100% sure. But we do have a match tonight between Seth freaking Rollins and Big Bronson Reed. A little bit of a weight difference. Seth's about an inch taller. That's not really that big a difference right there. So, it is what it is. Let's see what we're getting ready to do here. And we do see the LWO type here, so we know that we're definitely getting something here. Let's get ready for our first match here on WWE Raw. I see Eddie Guerrero and Zelina Vega. All right, Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega making their way down to the ring right now. Let's see who they're actually going to face. I was unable to get a match card for this at all, so I'm flying blind tonight, which is pretty much how every Monday Night Raw is for me. Sometimes I get match cards for SmackDown, so on and so forth. I definitely get match cards for all the AEW events, but I don't get enough of a match card from WWE to make any sense or to be able to come up with anything ahead of time. So I'm literally watching this as live as you are. All right. So while they're taking this break right here, we're going to just go camera dark here for a minute because I want to make sure that my main camera, the one that's focused on me, doesn't have any conflicts because it's what it's starting to look like. I'm hearing a few cracks in the speakers back here, so give me about 30 seconds here while this commercial's running and we will go from there. Bear with me. I've got to make a couple adjustments. I'll be right back with this camera situation here. Hang on. Alright, I think I got it fixed now. I don't hear any more cracking in the speaker, so it's all good. And we've got 14 viewers. Let's see if we can't get it to 20. Thank y'all for showing up tonight. I am not as energetic as I normally am because I still have the flu. I'm still fighting a whole bunch of stuff there. And, of course, we had a couple of not so favorable things happen today, which I generally tend to keep to myself, but I'm trying to be energetic. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we got here. I'm also scanning to see if I can find some news. And of course I'm not able to find any right off the top of my head. Let's see here. Alright, so we're still live, and I'm sorry guys, I've been scrapping for some news, and I really honest to goodness couldn't find anything worth mentioning today. I do know that John Moxley's statement is still floating around there. I'd like to take a couple of minutes just to go through that one real quick. Moxley basically said that what he discovered was professionally unacceptable to him. And with that, he took action at the behest of Tony Khan, which I don't know. The jury's still out if you really, really want to think that maybe Tony didn't want him to say anything or anything like that. The jury's still out on that because obviously he's not dumping the titles, so there's no punishment that you can see right away. He's getting more minutes on television, so that's not it either. So the reality of it is Tony may have sent him out there to be the wordsmith for what exactly is going on in the background as AEW starts their reset. I did not have a problem, with his comment. The only thing that I realized is when Jimmy Jacobs was gone, a lot of those problems went with him. And unlike the other podcasters who just kind of sit there and shoot from the hip all day, I'm not that guy. So, I'm not that guy. And I'm not going to be that guy. So, the reality of it all is, whoa, that's really big there. That's what we all say. Anyway, okay, now we got that part right. I knew something was off. Now I'm in a better mood. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everything's going well. And, I hope your evening was pretty good. It's Monday, and there's not really much you can say about it except it's Monday. There's some football going on as well. If I'm not mistaken, aren't the Cowboys and the Texans? It's like a battle of Texas tonight on ESPN. So Braun Breaker's getting in shape here now. Are we actually going to catch that match now or later? That's the question. No, we're not getting that match right away, and I should have known better. That was a dumb question right off the top of my head. So who are we waiting on here? That's the question, because I went to look to see if I could get the other end of this match card here, and I'm not seeing it. Oh, okay, so we're getting Ivy Nile and Chad Gable. All right, this might actually be a pretty damn good technical match. We got two technically oriented women. We got two technically oriented men. So we got Chad Gable, Ivy Nile, Zelina Vega, and Rey Mysterio are planning on sharing a ring here for the next 7 to 9 minutes. I don't think this is going to be a very long match, but I could be wrong. All right, we got a recap from last week. I guess that was the setup for this match. All right, so here we are, live and in living color. Zelina Vega just getting the shit slapped out of her by Ivy Nile, and she's going batshit crazy right out of the gate. There we go. They're going at it right out of the gate here. So, and Chad Gable uses this opportunity to hit Rey Mysterio from behind. Meanwhile, the two women are going at it ringside. So it looks like we're going to have dueling matches. And Rey Mysterio with flying enziguri. Ooh, big kick like he meant it. 1, 2. Yeah, we're getting the 10 beats here. Ivy now creating the distraction as both of them go to work on Rey Mysterio. And let's see what comes out of this. I don't know, guys. I'm not 100% feeling it. And I get the feeling just looking at Ivy now, she's just now getting into the match a little bit. So, you know, one of the things is they've got to bring that spirit so that you can bring the fans with you here. I don't know. This one just feels forced all the way across the board here. But good little curtain jerker match here. We got Chad Gable getting some minutes against Rey Mysterio. Let's see how that works. Boom. Slams him into the corner turnbuckle. 1 and 2. Not enough for 3. Rey Mysterio kicks out at 2.5. So let's see where we're at here now. Slams him back into the corner. But, yeah, he's playing possum a little bit here. And Rey just summarily dumps him outside the ring and works his way back in. And he gets the tag to Zelina Vega, so the women are going at it now. Zelina with a hot tag is what it feels like. Zelina just going batshit, because you know she's been sitting around waiting for something to whip on here for, what, a couple months now? Meteora right there in the corner, at least that's what they're calling it. Rolls her back out there in the middle, gets ready to pop 1 and 2. Not enough for 3, but Zelina comes up. She hasn't even fired one barrel yet. Trying to get her up for the suplex. Did not quite work out. Ivy now reverses it and starts putting some of that strength to work for her. Putting a little bit of that strength behind what she's got there. They're taking a commercial break here. We'll be right back just a minute here. I'm going to go ahead and darken my mic or darken my camera just a minute. Leave the commercials going over here on the side. We'll be back in approximately like 20 seconds, 30 seconds tops. And we're back. Thanks for joining us on Graps TV and The Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. We are doing a live watch-along here for WWE Monday Night Raw. Currently, we've got Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega going against Chad Gable and Ivy Nile of American Made. So you've got LWO versus American Made. Let's see if we got anything interesting going on. I keep checking the news every so often here just to see if I can find something. Got some pretty good ideas out there, though. Somebody talking about Imagine Tiffany cashing in during War Games. That would be Rhodes Coda era. Give a big shout out, even though I doubt they watch the show at all. They're probably just watching, etc., etc. It's good thought, though. Off the cuff, though, I got to say that I do believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that window is closed for it to be anything clean. I'm just going to put that out there because they've drugged this out so long at this point now that I don't see a safe cash-in at this point for Tiffany Stratton. I think that she's going to wind up just... It's going to be a one-off, and I believe they're not even going to give her the benefit of doing it at a premium live event. I do believe she's going to wind up cashing it in on just a regular weekly episodic television show. Ivy Nile with a vicious gut-wrench suplex there. Still not enough to put Zelina away, obviously. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, maybe that'll stop it. Ivy Nile got Zelina Vega in a serious headlock, but Zelina finally makes her way to her feet, and just a simple suplex was just enough to create separation here. Ivy Nile trying to keep her in the ring for whatever reason there is. This is not a regular tag team match here. You know, you realize if you go tag Chad, then we're going to have the guys in anyway, right? I mean, just a thought. Hey, I mean, we got 15 viewers right now. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Well, make that 16. The 16th one just made it in. What is Chad Gable doing? At some point in time, questions have to be asked, okay? Rey Mysterio picks up the hot tag. He's got some running lariats here. Hurricanrana out of nowhere. And Chad Gable tries to lift him up over the top rope. Catches a big boot in the face for his trouble. Rey Mysterio coming up off the top rope. Thales press. Out of nowhere. Uh-oh, what is this? A roll into a crucifix. Almost picked up the 3 there. 1 and 2, but not enough for the 3. Let's see here. And Ray tried to do a moonsault, and Chad Gable caught him right in midair and turned that around into a flapjack right out of nowhere. And we got 18 viewers. I see you guys out there. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And Chad Gable actually looks like he's making contact with Rey Mysterio, unlike Butch against... Yeah, that was a bad camera angle right there. I'm just going to leave it at that. And Rey Mysterio runs through, knocks his legs out from under him, makes him drop down to the ring buckle like that, catching the family jewels. They're now on an auction, and whoa, what in the hell? Enziguri from Zelina Vega. Wrong rope, but anyway. 1, 2, and not enough for 3. Things are starting to break down here pretty easily. Rey Mysterio trying to figure out what he's got to do to put away Chad Gable. Uh-oh. Rey Mysterio dials up the 619 and the flying body press 1 and 2 and the 3 LWO over American Made with a 3 count. Rey Mysterio picking up 3 count on Chad Gable. Your winners, Rey Mysterio, Zelina Vega. Not a bad opening match. Overall, not a bad opening match and not a bad spot for Zelina Vega on that replay right there. That was absolutely gorgeous. Now, I got to call it what it is because, man, she hit that move like she's already done it like 600 times. But Rey Mysterio picking up the win with the 619, the flying body press, and the 1, the 2, and the 3 LWO going over American Made. Now, that is some kind of television time that Zelina Vega needed. In all seriousness, Zelina Vega needed that. And now Chad Gable's pissed off because nobody showed up to help him. Now everybody's going at it here. The Creed brothers are definitely going at it here a little bit too. Chad Gable trying to get them all psyched up, etc. So, American Made still making their presence felt in the ring here for some ungodly reason. They're still here. And we're backstage in the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Alright, so we're going to have Dirty Dom and Apple Dude going against the Viking War Raiders coming up here shortly, I guess. Yep, Carlito and Dominic Mysterio. Alright, and they're back on a break again here. We got 19 viewers here. We're almost to 20. 20 is a good number for me right now because the way this day is gone, I did not expect it. Because we all know Raw is taped in the whole 9 yards, and I says to myself, you know, this could be a slow stream tonight. I'm expecting it. It's pre-taped. A lot of people already know what's going on, what's going down, and when it's going down. I just chose not to look at the spoilers at all because I didn't want it spoiled. I'm kind of weird like that. I don't want it spoiled. Oh my goodness, but we'll be right back. And I'm back. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience on that. We got 20 viewers now. For a tape show, that's not a bad deal right there. Most everybody knows what's going to happen except the guy that's actually running the stream, because I didn't look at the spoilers. Apparently, WWE is making good on their promise to make sure that they run less house shows next year, and apparently that is a thing. Now, we all heard the announcement. We all looked around and said, how are they going to do this? Well, apparently this is how they're going to do it. One show's live, not really. It's tape delayed per se. And we're back. The Miz. I gotta say though, that segment, when it happened, I am totally not lying. That was a good swerve. They're doing a repeat, or they're doing a recap on that segment right now, as you can possibly see right over there. But one thing I would suggest to Mike Mizanin is not to eat pizza with whatever was on it when you're cutting a video. All right, we had a good Karrion Kross promo there. Good Final Testament. Good Mike Mizanin promo there. That tells me we'll probably get a VHS tape here, at least one before the end of the night. Who knows? Who knows? Once again, this is Graps TV and the Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. This stream is brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. When you need to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. I'm trying to keep my voice in check just so I can go for another hour and 20 minutes. And now we've got Damian Priest and his dress down of Gunther. Now, a lot of people were death on this promo. I loved it. I really loved the way Damian Priest got right out in front of all of his talking points, diffused them right at the beginning of his promo. Now, that's a misunderstood and underappreciated art form. At the end of the day, though, can you really, really, really not feel like they're trying to bury Gunther for some reason, or is it just me? Am I reading something into this that I ought not to be? But he looked really weak in this promo. And we have Ludwig Kaiser. Alright, so I guess this is exactly playing back into what I was just talking about a minute ago here. It looks like they sent Gunther back out there to reinvigorate himself, maybe rebuild his character a little bit, and as a standalone kind of guy now. Jacket's coming off. Here comes the Gunther man. So it looks like we're having some little bit of unplanned brutality here in the back between Gunther and Damian Priest. And once again, Damian Priest getting over on Gunther. I gotta say, I mean, everybody's death on Damian Priest. I think he's putting out some good segments, especially considering what little bit of creativity he's got to work with here. It ain't a whole lot right now, because when they busted him up, man, they threw him out in the cold. Well, we got Sheamus making his way to the ring here. Him and Braun Breaker are going to go at it for the Intercontinental title here. I'm slightly concerned that we're going to have a title flip here. And I'll tell you why. We're not 100% sure how much longer Sheamus is going to wrestle. I know he's under contract, and I know he's under a long contract. I got that. I feel you. I understand. But just because he's under contract doesn't mean that comes with a whole lot of television time. And I do believe a lot of times the professionals will write in there, or they will negotiate at least one loyalty run, one title run, etc., that comes with the re-upping of their contract. Now, a lot of times you find them in tag team situations, because obviously WWE has zero tag team division. It's not really working out. The ones they do have, not really hitting on a whole lot. So they can just throw you in a tag team and throw a title on you pretty quickly. But I've got a feeling, and it's just a feeling, and to be honest with you, I really hope I'm wrong on this one, because the reality of it is if Sheamus takes this title off of Braun Breaker, in my estimation, that considers him buried in my eyes. It will always be a burial in my eyes if he keeps winning the title and dumping it to the flavor of the month, and that right now happens to be Sheamus. So we're going to watch this. Like I said, I have not looked at any spoilers, and I'm continuing not to look at any spoilers. I have no earthly idea how this match is going to come out, and I like it that way. But I'm just saying right now, and I hope I'm wrong, but if Sheamus wins this right now, I don't see a point in having Braun Breaker in the position they've got him in. They might as well relegate him to a mid-card and rebuild him. Repackage him, if you will. And I know that's not going to sit well with Braun, but hey, he did sign on the dotted line. He is under contract. So there you go. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping Really kind of hoping that that doesn't work out this way. But we'll be back here in about 30 seconds. I'm going to rest my voice a minute. I'm just going to come off camera for just a minute here. You'll see everything else running in the background here. And as soon as Raw picks right back up, I'll be right back with it. And I'm back. Thank you very much. We're still teetering around that 20, and I'm dealing with it because I figure it's a tape show, so I'm not expecting big numbers tonight for a watch along. But maybe we're still hovering around 20 and picking them up and dropping them just as easily as they get there, and I appreciate that as well. Just a word, we're going to be live again. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for here. All right, the War Raiders are indeed going to go against Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. We're back. The show is back. We're just waiting on Braun Breaker to make his way down to the ring right now. Sheamus just kind of pacing around a little bit. And, of course, the WWE Supercard Season 11 is available for download at this point. And, of course, they're talking about Prime. And I got nothing good to say about Prime, but that's just me. If you've read the news on it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's right, Prime. Get the Prime. And once again, we got Sheamus standing there staring down the corridor, waiting patiently. All right, and here comes Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker making his way through the fog and everything. And it's worth noting at this point here that he has regular tights on. The reason I keep pointing stuff like this out is because it's very important to what the point that I made before the commercial break. Now, if indeed they do have Sheamus going over Braun Breaker, I'm not 100% sure where this is going to leave him. But this is one of the first title defenses Braun's had since he got his title back from Jey Uso, who took it away from him not too very long ago. And like I said, he hasn't had this title very long. And they are trying to spin this as a result of the Twitter title, which, you know. All right, let's see if Braun Breaker can actually kick his old ass. It is worth noting, though, when the guy comes out in completely different ring gear from what he's been coming out at, that they have quietly repackaged him in a different way, and it's a little more subtle than the bright red and all the street paint and the whole 9 yards. It's way more subtle. Now, on paper, this should be a good matchup, and we are sitting at 23 viewers. Thank you guys very much. I mean, I know I'm under the weather. I know I don't have the usual energy that I've got, and I apologize for that. I am working on it, trying to get better a little bit day by day by day, and it's starting to get a little bit better. But Braun Breaker dragging him out to the floor near the, wait for it, announce table. Yeah, we knew they couldn't stay too far away from that announce table. There is, yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Big lariat from Braun Breaker takes Sheamus down to his back. Driving that shoulder deep into the midsection right here at the turnbuckle. To be honest with you guys, I'm feeling a little more comfortable about how this match may turn out at this point now, because we didn't even get the collar and elbow tie up, but there we go. Irish Curse from Sheamus, which basically it's a backbreaker. And yeah, now he's just working him out a little bit here now. Another Irish Curse. Not even really a 1 count, though. Yep, Braun Breaker kicks out pretty quickly on that one, so definitely not enough to put him away. But as the commentary likes to say all the time, if you have to keep kicking out, that expends energy as well. Whew. Now Braun's coming over there, stalking Sheamus. Ooh, big punch to the gut. Braun is just like going nuts on this now. They do not have the constraints of the WWE Speed title. Lariat knocking Sheamus clean over the top of the table, and they are going back to a commercial, probably to make sure everybody's okay. I'm sure they are. We'll be right back in just a minute with them as well. Like I said, I'm going to use every moment I can to rest my voice as best I can, because I want to go the whole distance tonight. And plus, we've got NXT tomorrow night. And then we've got, AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. We might have something coming on Thursday. And then Friday, we have SmackDown and Rampage. Saturday, we have Collision and the pay-per-view to end all pay-per-views, Full Gear, live from New Jersey. That's going to be covered on Saturday as well. I think Sunday's the next day I actually get off from doing streaming. So if you'll bear with me here for about 30 seconds, I'm going to take a quick break here myself just to keep my voice in line. We got 27 viewers. Let's see if we can't get it up to 30. Let's go for 30. I think we can make 30. And I'm back. Thanks very much. I see we're at 33 right now. That is really awesome. Thank you for your participation. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I know you got things you could be doing and you chose to come hang out with us here at Grabs TV and the Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. Oh boy, what a night so far. Braun Breaker clearly in control of this match right now. Sheamus is actually not yet questioning life decisions, but he's looking a little bit gassed, and I hate to say it that way, but he does look gassed. Big high knee from Braun Breaker. What is he thinking about now? This is not in his normal repertoire. That's why it's probably not in his regular repertoire. As we get a quick shot of that Intercontinental title, that's what these gentlemen are going after here. Yeah, and Intercontinental title, one of the first to go along with the WWE title. From the foundation of the company itself, the actual title is as old as the company. It was their version of the U.S. title back in the 70s when the NWA had the U.S. title. The Intercontinental title was theirs. Hang on just 1 second. Give me 2 seconds here. This is an emergency. I got to take it. And I'm back. Sorry about that. We did have an emergency there. And if Mike, if you're calling, if you're watching right now, the deal is done. Just so you know. Just in case you're watching. And Sheamus almost picks up the 3 right there. Let's see what we got here. Sheamus, and he doesn't look gassed anymore. I got to say that. Now, I got to say, earlier he was looking a little gassed. He's looking like he's got everything together now. He's trying to set up that Irish curse, but it's not quite working out as Bron Breakker turns it into a roller. Now he's just fighting with his feet, fighting with anything he's got. Now, that was a backbreaker from hell right there. I don't know what he calls it yet, but we'll find out. 1 and 2, and not enough for 3, but close. And we're sitting at 38 viewers. Thank you very much. All right, let's see what we got going on here now. Wide view here. Intercontinental title, Bron Breakker, Sheamus, one-on-one here, giving it all they've got. We've been at this for a few minutes, too. It's kind of interesting that they put this one on at the top of the hour because that's usually when they're shooting for the ratings the most. So obviously WWE feels like the ratings are with Bron Breakker, so that's usually a good help. Sheamus setting up for the Irish curse from way up, or White Noise. Nope, he's looking at White Noise from the top rope. And right at the last second, Bron Breakker kicks out. As you can clearly see what's going on here now. We got a little side view going on there, and that's, I mean, to me, I can make this work. I really can, because my wife was like, well, you should give him something to look at besides you. And I'm like, I'm trying. You know? And, of course, the fans right on time with that "This is awesome" chant. Sheamus going back to the top rope again. Bron Breakker meeting him up there. Bron Breakker fighting for all he's worth at this point. Now, I'm starting to get the feeling like the title could possibly be in jeopardy. And they have no problems calling that one the Frankensteiner, so we'll call it right with them on that. Frankensteiner from the top rope. Bron Breakker setting up for that spear. He's setting up for it. He's got that look. And he meets the knee of Sheamus at full speed. 1 and 2, and not enough for 3 again. Bron Breakker kicking out just at the last possible second, and we are sitting on 41 viewers. That's the numbers I like to see. I got to be honest, I was a little bit concerned, but you know, hey, pre-tape, the whole 9 yards, I was a little bit concerned about it. Bron Breakker kicking out at 2. Sheamus trying to figure out what it's going to take to put this guy away. Bron Breakker hanging on for dear life. Sheamus actually getting a 3rd win. I'd like to say 2nd win, but obviously he's on his 3rd or 4th one here now. Calling for that brogue kick. And he catches a spear and starts rolling. No, he's rolling. That's a good move. That's a veteran move right there. Sheamus rolling out of the ring on the spear from Bron Breakker. I don't think that really did him any favors, though. Bron just getting madder and madder and madder. I would like to see them go back to the Bron that was absolutely wrecking everything. Can we stop this shit? I'm dead serious at this point. There's 100 other ways to get Ludwig Kaiser over than ruining a damn good match. Well, Ludwig Kaiser got him some of Sheamus on the way around the corner there too, so you know what? I guess he went out and made himself his own man. He just picked a really dumb-ass time to do it. And I have no problem saying that out loud. That's the quiet part that I'm definitely saying out loud. Ruined a damn good match, too. So I'm guessing this is a Dairy Queen, and I'm guessing that... So I'm guessing that maybe Sheamus gets messed out of his title shot because obviously he hit Braun Breaker first, so the Dairy Queen will go to Braun Breaker, and what could have been a really good match just got tabled to the side for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Nothing to go with that. You know you're having a bad night when Jey Uso is the voice of reason. So, once again, they're kicking the can down to SmackDown going on Friday here. At least that's how it feels right now. Alright, so, Seth Rollins vowing to eliminate Bronson Reed from the War Games. I'm wishing him the best of luck with this. Jay's like, damn it, I wanted that toy. Anyway, yeet. Alright, and here comes the Judgment Day. I'm presuming that's Dominic Mysterio and Carlito getting ready to make their way down to the ring. Alright. And for those of you just tuning in, this is Graps TV and The Sicko Show. This is our weekly live watch-along of Monday Night Raw. When it comes time to do reviews again, when my voice gets a little bit healthier, I will be doing reviews following NXT and Collision. So you get a little bonus coverage on Tuesday nights and a little bit of bonus coverage on Saturday nights. However, for this week, for Full Gear, obviously you can see what's going on over there. That will not be going on for Full Gear, because that's a pay-per-view and there's a whole lot that goes along with that, and I just simply don't want to take a chance on getting copyright stricken over a pay-per-view that, quite frankly, most people are going to bootleg anyway. I paid for mine, but I realize now that bootlegging is the thing, so by all means bootleg away, and we'll sit down and we'll go through it while it's going on live. There will be some video there, just not Full Gear. That's all. Just so you know. But we have 44 viewers live right now. They're on a commercial break. I'm going to jump on that commercial with them, and I'm going to rest my voice just a minute in between these things, because I got a feeling this match is going to be pretty fucking hilarious, and I want to be there for every bit of it, so I will be right back. And I'm back. Thanks for your patience on this. I'm just trying to rest my voice just a little bit here. Obviously, I still have the flu. And I'm still, or whatever this is, it's probably just some croup cough or something like that that comes along with the territory when the seasons change, as they have rapidly changed around here. The temperature went from 85 to 40 like it saw a state trooper. I'm not even kidding on that one. Yeah, it's been going on like that for a week. They tell us we got a cold snap coming, and I'm all for that. All right, let's see if we can find some news while we're waiting on everybody to get to the ring. All right, so that would be news. Covalent TV is reporting that people are speculating on Gunther versus CM Punk after this. Once again, the only news I trust, whenever they break it, I know it's been vetted. Unlike a lot of vettings I do, they vet quite well, so I wait for them to break it before I actually say anything about it. And I was thinking kind of along the same terms, but I wasn't 100% sure about it, so they're saying speculating right now. I can definitely see that happening. I could see Gunther and CM Punk working a program together. I don't know if that's going to translate into CM Punk's main event moment at WrestleMania. But either way, it should be a pretty decent match. Just looking at it for what it is and not what I want it to be, should be a pretty solid match. And of course, the news you're getting right now, Seth Rollins saying he will never stand side by side with Roman Reigns. I'm guessing that's going to change sometime between now and right after his match. Hey, Jace, how you doing? I see you over there. Let's see. There you are. Vera Wrestling. How are you doing, Jace? Hope everything's well. I got a little bit of the flu and so on and so forth, and so that's why I'm not as talkative as I usually am. But we got 43 viewers right now, and that's where I'm sitting at, so I'm happy with that numbers. Hey, let's just pull up a chair, kick it back a little bit, see how things are going. All right, so we are going back to the recap of Cody Rhodes being on ESPN Game Day. Obviously, Cody Rhodes, a solid Georgia fan on that one. Georgia did wind up pulling out the win pretty solidly. Let's see what we got going on here. And, of course, a lot of fans are going nuts for a Dakota Kai package. I know I am. I'm glad to see them utilizing her a little bit. I'd like to see her more active in the ring. Of course, one of the things you got to go along with that, everybody would like to see more of it, but the problem is you got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy. If you're not healthy, you don't get video packages. So I think the move here is to maintain health. And has anybody seen Asuka anywhere around the ring anytime soon? If you have, let me know. I'd like to know. Is it a house show? Is it a dark match? I mean, come on, I'd like to know. We haven't seen Asuka in like a country hour. That tells me that part of that's got to be a work, but I'm still trying to figure out. They got a new t-shirt out for us, so I'm going to presume that Rhea Ripley has indeed signed on the dotted line and is back with WWE now. I don't believe we're going to have one of these long-winded write-offs like we did with Ricochet, who wound up going to AEW. So next week we're going to have an advantage match. That might be worth watching right there. Bianca Belair and Nia Jax. So we still got Carlito and Mysterio in the ring. Here come the Viking War Raiders, one of my favorite groups to watch. I'm not going to lie. The only thing that I could be really seriously super honest about is, yeah, they're starting to get that look that we're after here. So we're just the plain War Raiders now. I wonder what it's going to take to get them to be the Disciples of Destruction. Because I do believe Undertaker would actually lend that to them. These two guys right here got the look. And obviously, they've got the skills for men at their size. Like I said in a tweet, when I can't separate them out. It's either Eric or Ibar. The one that's been hurt, the guy who's been hurt for the longest, he's like, now I get to get back in the ring. And I actually said, you know what? I like what you guys are doing, and I'm honest about that. I'll take them any iteration they give. Pause. But I would like to see them more as a biker gang, and I would like to see Otis out of that goofy situation he's in and have the three of them just be this menacing gang. It's right there. It's literally right there in front of you. And WWE, once again, they get trigger shy on things. But it is literally, watching these guys moving in the ring right now, it's absolutely amazing. For their size, how well they move. I'm with Otis. I'm also on the same boat with Otis. I mean, for his size and the way he moves. You know, the way he moves, I'm down for those three to just be some kind of gang from the bottom pits of hell. I mean, anybody disagree with me on that? Anybody? I mean, I don't see the disagreement there at all. That's one of the things about having one of them long beards, though. That's something somebody can get their hands on. Now maybe Dominic Mysterio is ready to get in the ring and do something. Ibar. Okay, so now I got a name to put on it there. Ibar. So, yeah, I mean, Ivar moves like a junior heavyweight when he wants to, and y'all know it. Y'all have seen that, too. So, I mean, in all seriousness, why not just have them coming down in choppers? Why not have them coming down in choppers? All three of them. Put Otis in that group. Ivar is just a flat-ass athlete. Eric's not far off himself, but, I mean, I almost expect him to be able to move like he does. Ivar, on the other hand, yeah, I mean, it's just, this stuff is just like walking the dog for them, you know? It's as common and as simple as that. So why not book them properly? Carlito coming into a boot to the face here, distracting the referee so that, of course, Dominic can get the cheap shot in. And now Dominic's going to fly. Suicide dive at nothing. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Please don't do that. But, yeah, Dominic's out there flying. He's flying pretty damn good, too. I got to give him credit. That was a quite well-executed suicide dive. I'm not, look, I'm fair and honest with everything. That was a clean dive. I'm just thinking out loud, though, for the War Raiders there. You get Eric Ivar and you get Otis in the same group, and then you start running Freebird rules on that shit. Oh, my goodness. Just, the stories just start writing themselves, guys. Well, you get them a decent manager, somebody to do a lot of the mouthpiece works for them so they don't have to talk a lot or anything. In fact, I wouldn't have them hardly say anything. I'd just have them stand there and be brooding and menacing. Having them come down to the ring on, like, you know, West Coast choppers. I mean, y'all got the extra money to pull that off. It's not hard. Pause. Why not? But anyway, they are taking a break here, and I am trying to hold my voice together so I can do these 5 days of streaming, possibly 6. So I'll be right back here in about 30 seconds. And I'm back, because I've got a feeling that once this thing gets over with here, we might actually have some wrestling. Who knows? But we're here live on the Watch Along here. Grabs TV and the Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. This stream is brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. And when you want to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. Let's see what we're working with here. See if I can find anything that resembles news. Strangely enough, Dominic Mysterio does appear to be on top of this one. Pause. And then, of course, we got the official poster for next Saturday in Vancouver. Oh my God. It just dawned on me that we are more than likely going to be doing a double pay-per-view, a double plea, whatever you want to call it. Survivor Series is also next Saturday. This ought to be interesting. Full Gear going against a Survivor Series. This just snuck up on me. Caught me off guard. That's generally how it goes sometimes. I get caught off guard just like everybody else does, but wow. Let's see here. Ibar is just looking better and better every single time. Where's all this interference coming from? All right, 1 and 2 and almost 3. Ibar almost picking up 3. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see here. I just about found some news here. All right, there we go. Bam! See, that's what I'm talking about right there. What the hell was that? 1 and 2, and you can count to 1,000. The War Raiders defeat. Wow. I never, What does that tell you about the Judgment Day? All right, looks like our main event tonight is actually going to be Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. Yeah, we still got that match to go. Uh-oh, here comes the rest of Judgment Day, putting the beat down on Ibar. Now, see, here's a situation where having an Otis would come in handy. Okay? Just having an Otis would definitely come in handy in this situation right here. Obviously, the Judgment Day is having their way with the War Raiders right now. Big coup de grace from Finn Balor of the Balor Club. Got us some fresh water straight up out the fridge. It's not really here. No, I'm just kidding. I went ahead and grabbed one while I was out. Judgment Day standing strong, even though they did not pick up the win. And we've got a Wyatt 6 video. So this is where all that jawing came from when Karrion Kross went after Joe Gacy. Anybody else think this is about run its course, or are we still hot for it? That's the question I've got. That's the question I've got about all of this Wyatt 6 stuff right here. And of course, I am trying to maintain my voice, even though you can already hear it starting to get a little bit scratchy. Excuse me. Are we still here for this? That's the question I got for the chat. Feel free to say yes, no, maybe so. Either way is fine with me. I'm getting to the point now where the Wyatt 6, I need them to get a feud they either need to get a feud they can sink their teeth into, or they need to go back to the kamikaze shit until they can find something they can sink their teeth into. That's just a thought that I've got about the whole thing. That and, 99 cent get you a cup of coffee at McDonald's, but, not a bad promo for Joe Gacy, but now I understand where all the heat was coming from on Karrion Kross when he was dropping the Twitter highlights not too long ago, because I saw those, and of course I got a little bit engaged with it. Karrion Kross is one of the people that follows me, and I've always enjoyed that. He was one of my first wrestling follows. So obviously it's somewhat sentimental to me to go on top of everything else, but they are taking a break, and I am going to take it with them because I just heard my voice go scratchy there for a second, and I've still got 4 or 5 more days. Come to find out, we've got dueling pay-per-views on top of all this, so it ought to be pretty interesting. We got an interesting week lined up here. I ain't quite figured out how I'm going to process all this, but you best believe I'll figure it out. Trust me, I'll figure it out. I've run dueling shows before. Did quite well with it all the way across the board. So, let's do it again. Let's do it again this Saturday. Survivor Series and Full Gear. Because if I'm not mistaken, let me check my calendar here. Yeah, Full Gear and Survivor Series, same day. All right. We'll be right back in just a minute, guys. And we're back. Thanks for your patience on that. We got 45 viewers right now. Thank you. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight here on Grabs TV and The Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. We're waiting on him to break out of this commercial, and you know what? Who knows? But we got Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins coming up here very shortly. Looks like that's going to be the main event tonight, and maybe, just maybe, we get a change of heart from Seth Rollins, but you never know. Let's see what we got going on. I'm just scraping to see if we can find anything. Let's see what we got here. Lyra Valkyria with a segment going on here.
When I was drafted to Raw, I was thrust straight in the fire. But I didn't burn. I hit the ground running. And in a place stood toe-to-toe with the fire.
All right, I'm picking up some other stuff here. Let's see what's what here.
I used to think I was like the phoenix. But I'm so much more. I am Lyra Valkyria. I don't play.
All right, so we're getting a Lyra Valkyria spot here. I'm just checking to see if I can find anything that resembles some news so I can keep dropping something in these dead spots here. But nobody's putting anything out. Here comes Otis and everything else. And that turned into a New Day promo, and you know what? Go ahead and break up. All right, so Xavier Woods just made a match for next week. Main event making their way down the ring right now. Big Bronson Reed, the latest addition to the new Bloodline. Last time I said Temu Bloodline, the viewership went. So we're not doing that anymore. The new Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline, who's still short a guy. But that's okay because Seth Rollins has promised to take him out. But I will tell you this, at least Bronson Reed's getting some street cred finally. He's tried about 6 different gimmicks so far. So apparently this is going to get him where he needs to go. Maybe. Who knows? But anyway, Bronson Reed in the ring right now awaiting the man himself. Yep, there's that music, burning it down. The revolutionary, the visionary, the revolutionary, the constipatory. And you know what? Everything about Seth Rollins right now is totally black and white. No gray area on this one at all. No gray area at all for this guy. He's straight up black and white. Looks like we might get a serious match here. Nothing like having branded knee pads, right? And of course the fans are still firmly behind Seth Rollins, singing his song, the whole 9 yards. Referee attempting to get in between these two guys. I swear, some of the idioms they do in these rings here is just absolutely hilarious. Just a reminder, following Monday Night Raw at the Covalent TV. At the Covalent TV. They'll be live with your facts, data, statistics. They're going to hold one dumbass accountable on a lot of things, and they're going to bring you the best review you will find on any podcast, anywhere, anytime. You ask me how I know this. I've been studious, and I've been sitting under their quote-unquote learning tree, and oh my goodness, here's the new bloodline. And of course, here comes Jay, Jimmy, and everybody else. And the fight's on. The fight inside of the fight going on right now. New Bloodline versus OG Bloodline. That's what I thought. I thought Survivor Series was on November 30th. I didn't think it was next week. I did not think that. I've got to look that up because that's kind of got me bugging a little bit. Meanwhile, we got all kinds of action going on right now. Let's see what's going on here. Let's do this. That's what I thought. Okay, so we don't have dueling PLEs. Somebody in marketing for WWE needs to get their head out of their ass on that one. It is advertised for the following Saturday, so next week we will definitely just be covering Full Gear. Meanwhile, we've got some semblance of a fair fight here. Suicide dive by Seth Rollins puts Bronson Reed on the, wait for it, announce table. And, of course, we're heading right back to commercial. I'm going to take that commercial break with them. We got 45 viewers here live on Grabs TV and The Sicko Show. We'll be right back here right when they come back. Thank you. And we're back. We're sitting at 49 viewers right now. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can't get it over 50. 50 would be a wonderful number, much higher than expected tonight. I didn't think I was going to get over 30 tonight because it was a tape show. And I'm not sure exactly what's got anything to do with it just yet. Just know that for your regular shows at this point, you may see this on a regular basis. Pay-per-views and premium live events excluded because we're just not going to take the chance, ladies and gentlemen. We're not. Okay? I mean, I'm taking a little bit of a chance here. This is my wife's idea, and I'm real happy to try it out, see how things are going. But when it comes to pay-per-views and so on and so forth, I can tell you right now, we're not doing that. No, we're not taking the chance. Nothing like getting copyright struck. I did catch some action from the Mike Tyson fight, and I saw a lot of people bootlegging it, and I saw a lot of people getting taken down. So we're not taking a shot with that. We're not going to. No way, shape, or form. Not going to gamble it. I enjoy hanging out with you guys when I'm working. When I'm working these streams and so on and so forth. And I'd like to keep it that way. And I think the best way to keep it that way is not to break any rules. I will reach out and see if I can get permission to use video. If I can get permission to use video, then there's going to be a better looking stream camera on that. We're back. Seth Rollins is trying to fight Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed is just an intimidating force. That's just all there is to it. And let's see what's going on here now. The only news I can really think of that's come out of tonight that's worth talking about at this point is the fact that Rhea Ripley made her appearance. And of course, I know that was the worst kept secret on the internet. But that does raise a whole host of questions here because her contract status was kind of in question. Then this injury came along and she disappeared for a little while. And lo and behold, just shows up out of nowhere now and is definitely in War Games, and I'm trying to get clarification from WWE as to whether or not they are running that show. Survivor Series itself is still slated for the 30th, which is week after next, but then now they're advertising War Games next week. I'm confused. I really am. I'm totally confused. And of course, I'm pretty sure that's just a marketing error on behalf of WWE. But I'm going to get clarification for it because, if it's out there and it's going, I want to cover it. I want to cover it. I want to sit down. Might even bring a little bottle of whiskey here. We might sit down and just chill out and have some pretty good times. Seth Rollins with that jawbreaker. Now he's just going to straight right hands here, trying to take big Bronson Reed out. I don't think he's got the goods. I really don't. He can't even get an Irish whip going here. And all that beating and everything else, he just couldn't get it going. Bronson Reed with the big clothesline, knocking him over the top rope. We got roughly 10 minutes left to go in the Raw show because they rarely if ever do any overruns. So I just want to remind you, it's at the Covalent TV. I'm going to put that in both chats. Put it in the YouTube and Facebook comments. We're going to put it in Twitter as well. And there it is right there, live for you and everything else. All right, so at the Covalent TV, roughly about 5, 10, 15 minutes after Raw goes off, they pick up the stream and they keep going with it. And they'll be live with your facts, data, statistics. They're going to be holding drone accountability. And they're going to bring you that great review. They're going to chop this thing up like an onion. And it's going to make some people cry. That's why I put it that way. They're going to chop up this game like an onion. Some people are going to cry and some people are going to be like, yeah, that's what I figured. Anyway, Seth Rollins driving Bronson Reed's head into the steps over and over and over again. I still don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough to put Bronson Reed away, but we will sit here and see. We are at 52. Exactly. We're at 52. Thank you guys very much. That's right. We're happy. We're at 55. Hey, if we can get to 60 before the end of this, that'd be really good. Keeps the energy high. Seth is picking his shots. Springboard knee out of nowhere. Big boot to the face. Bronson Reed is just looking pissed off after all that. Big power slam. Almost a 3 count from Bronson Reed there on Seth Rollins. Hell yeah. And they're back to a commercial again. So we're going to take that commercial break with them. This should be the last commercial break here. And then we'll be right back for the conclusion of... we will be right back for the conclusion of Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed as your main event here live on Monday Night Raw. We'll be right back. And we're back. We're back like a snack attack. All right, we should be getting the conclusion of the Bronson Reed Seth Rollins match here. As you can see right now, as we come back from our commercial break here, Bronson Reed has Seth Rollins in a precarious position up here on the second row. Seth Rollins sitting on the top turnbuckle. Bronson Reed has pretty much gone limp. Pause. Seth Rollins going for the power slam. All right, looks like Seth Rollins is hulking up just a little bit here, catching that adrenaline flow, adrenaline in his soul, and oh my God, you can't find Cody Rhodes anywhere. Springboard moonsault, one and one only. All of that power bomb, springboard moonsault, and he gets a one. Springboard backflip and a one and just one. That's got to be terribly disconcerting at that point. That has got to be terribly disconcerting. Seth Rollins questioning a lot of life decisions, trying to figure out how in the world he's going to pull this match off. And before we go off air, here in the next 5 to 10 minutes here, just want to remind you this stream has been brought to you by Cosmic Snacks and Freshen Up Energy. When you want to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. And when you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. And Seth Rollins attempted to do a roll-up. Big super kick to the head. Bronson Reed obviously out of position for the next move. Frog splash. 1, 2, and still not enough for 3. As Bronson Reed kicks out like the rent was due. That was, I got to give Seth Rollins credit. That was a clean, beautiful looking frog splash. Not going to front on him. But yeah, I mean, Seth Rollins versus Big Bronson Reed. Seth Rollins getting his moment of the spotlight here. I just don't understand. Let's see if he can get the curb stomp in. And Bronson Reed was playing possum, so to speak. Got him up in another, brainbuster suplex. You never see brainbusters on WWE. That must be a special moment. Yeah, that was a brainbuster out of nowhere. That's some shit you never see on WWE. So I guess they're saving the special moments for this particular feud. And Seth Rollins is rolling way out of the way of the tsunami. Bronson Reed is getting ready to miss on the backflip. And Seth Rollins is going to try to check Bronson Reed's pedigree, but that did not quite work out that well. Tried to get him up to Samoan drop, did not work out. Super kick. Now he's going to try to check his pedigree again. Frankly, I think he probably should have gone for a curb stomp just for extra measure, because that was not enough to put away Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed kicks out at 2 1/4. He's starting to show a few dings in the armor, but still easily able to kick out at 2 from some of the best things that, Seth Rollins could throw at him. It just is what it is. Seth Rollins hanging on for dear life here at this point. And, of course, the fans are starting to get into it. They're singing his song. Will that be enough to get Seth Rollins over the hump? Curb stomp. Let's see if that's good enough. No, wait a minute. He's going to do something extra here. Solo Sikoa has proven to be a distraction. Bronson Reed taking advantage of all of this and dropping drop after drop on Seth Rollins. And Bronson Reed heading up to the top rope for the tsunami. As Bronson Reed takes Seth Rollins down 3 the hard way, as LA Knight would say. And the winner of this match is Bronson Reed. And the loser of this match is my voice. It is literally, I made it this far, guys. I'm kind of proud of myself. We made it to the end. Solo Sikoa providing the distraction, setting Seth Rollins up for absolute destruction and annihilation. Is that enough? Is that enough to get Seth Rollins to change his mind, boys and girls? We don't know yet. All right, they're going to the credits, and that's where we're heading right now. Just a reminder, at the Covalent TV, if you look in the chat, you will see it's been provided for you there at the Covalent TV. Definitely going to be going live here in 5 to 10 minutes. And that's where I'm getting ready to head out to. You're welcome to follow along at the Covalent TV. They're going to be live here in roughly about 5-10 minutes. You can go ahead and check them out on YouTube and get in the wait line there. That's where I'm headed right now. Let me see here. Where are we at? There we are. Yep, it's going to say WWE Raw Review 11/18/24. Rhea Ripley's back. This show still makes you, and that's the end of it right there, notified. That way I am ready, willing, and able to go ahead and catch it when it just pops right on. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, if you do venture over there, they will definitely entertain you. You will enjoy it. And the analysis they give, I dare you to break it. Do your best. Many have tried, many have failed. But with that said, one more quick plug here too. stream was brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you want to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks, and when you want to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. This is the Matty Man. This has been Gramps TV and the Sicko Show. We were doing a live watch-along for WWE Raw. Now, I'm getting ready to head over to @TheCovalent TV. Won't you join us over there? It's going to be fun. They'll be ready to go in about 10 minutes. But as for me and what's left of my voice for the night, we will see you tomorrow night for NXT. Live on Gramps TV and the Sicko Show. Take care. Good night. God bless. And good night, America, wherever you are.